Dog show. Hi everyone, and welcome to the General Hospital recap for August 2nd. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. At General Hospital, Jason is with a still comatose Sam. He's telling the story of when Scout first kicked and other stories. Jason calls Danny and he says Sam needs more time before she can come to the phone, and Sam wakes up. Deanna checks her out and then gets the doctor. Finn is on the phone thanking Tracy for something for Hayden, and Hayden comes out of the elevator and he's trying to hide her gift, but she can clearly tell he's hiding something. So Deanna tells Hayden a patient is demanding to see Hayden, a complaint about an invoice apparently. I didn't know that when you had a complaint about the invoice you saw the CFO of the hospital. Like, that's pretty big stuff. Finn is showing the ring to Deanna and Griffin and they think it's really nice. Hayden comes into the room and it's Jared. It's not a patient. He says he's part of her life, whether or not she wants that, and he'll go to Finn if she doesn't do right by him. She says to give her a half an hour, but he can't wait here, and he knows the perfect spot. Hayden comes back to Finn, and Griffin and Deanna kind of like go off because she asks what they're talking about, and they obviously don't want to like spill the beans about the ring. So they're like, okay, bye. And she wants to know what he's hiding, and he didn't want to do this now, but he shows her the ring. So he thinks initially that she doesn't like it. Tracy was able to get it from Walt Wyndham himself. Apparently Tracy and him are friends in a way that she got him out of an arrest and he owes her forever. She loves the ring and is going to get it sized right now. And then Jared is behind them being like, because he's a jerk. Griffin and Finn are in Sam's room now. She's doing a lot better, but she remembers nothing. They ask her the last thing she remembers. She was at home with Jason, and Sunny came in, and she left. Then it's blank. She feels like she's been dreaming, and Griffin says that's common, and they tell her what's been going on with her, and that Scout is okay. Finn says she's out of the woods and she is being treated. Jason asks Sam if she'll be okay for a minute. He wants to talk to the doctors. He thanks them for what they did and he owes them. They say it's all good, and Jason asks Griffin a question about Sam's memory. He says to give it time and it should all come back. Jason calls Alexis and let her know Sam is awake. Sam is trying to get out of bed and she can take a little walk, but she has to be with someone like Jason. At Carly's, Joss opens the door and Oscar had like fallen or something. How? And he's like, no, I was trying to leave a surprise. Like, it's my fault. Whatever. He has a gift for her, and Jocelyn likes that Oscar's here. She's bothered though. She talks about her history with Sunny. She can't pinpoint when she found out like who he was exactly, and she used to think it was cool, and like she's just been on such this roller coaster. Jocelyn thinks that he must think she's crazy because one minute she hates him, now she's like so worried about him, and he's like, no, like you're human and people are complicated. She's really putting the last few weeks into perspective though. He's gonna head out and she's like, oh, I thought you brought me something, and he's like, oh yeah, so the piece of metal he found at the distillery, he made a necklace out of it, and she loves it and wants to wear it, and apparently it's beautiful. At Nell's, Michael is there and making a call. He's talking about if anyone has any leverage, use it and search the waterfront, and I was like, my boss Michael, like I know I need it. I'm sorry. I need that in my life. I do. I really do. I can't not. I love it. I love it. Nell comes into the living room and there's no new updates from Dante. Nell is going to help search. She'll take a personal day and Michael is her priority today. So, okay, I guess she's considerate. Whatever. Nell gets nervous when everything is going right. It's almost like a phobia, and I was like, honestly, I feel that pain. There's a knock at the door. It's Jocelyn. She wasn't expecting Michael to be there. Jocelyn wants to tell someone about, Oscar and everything going on, and she wants that someone to be Nell, but she didn't expect her brother to be there. She shows Nell the necklace, and Nell is like looking at it really weird. At Finn's place, which is right now the hotel room until further notice, he's talking to Rico. He says he met someone. It's seriously, he feels bad for not telling her sooner. Maybe he was punishing himself for not being able to save her. And he tells her about the baby and that they're getting married, and he doesn't know how he got so lucky twice. And the whole thing is just very, like, it's the softer side of him, basically. At Faden's house, this is where Jared wants to meet because he's just that considerate. He thinks she should back out of the house deal, and he says if it were up to him, and she's like, what, we'd be married? Apparently he had affairs, and he, worked his way into blackmailing her, and she's like, no, moving forward, we won't have any kind of relationship, we're not gonna be friends, like, honestly, I just want you out of my life. and he wants restitution. She says she could pull some strings and get Jared an interview at ELQ. He doesn't want a job though, he just wants a payout, and she says a job will be better for him, and he says he can't get hired with his record. I don't know, it's almost like she just said she could get you a job at ELQ regardless of your record because of who she is, but I don't know, I must be hearing things. And she says she can't give him any money. She doesn't have any money to give him. He points out the new shiny ring on her finger, and she's like, I'm not gonna pawn this. Like, you're crazy. He threatens and says, how will Dr. Fiance feel when he finds out you paralyzed that girl? And like, it really upsets Hayden. Like, she does have legitimate feelings about that whole thing. Like, it's not like she just brushes it off. Like, it hurts her. And Hayden says she thinks about it every day and asks him not to ruin her life. Like, she knows she ruined that girl's and ruined his. And he thinks he figured out a way for her to pay off her debt. And I'm like... And now end scene. Jocelyn tells Nell about Oscar making the necklace, and then Nell calls Michael over. There's a mark on the metal. Michael says that this necklace was made from a bullet casing. Jared wants Hayden to embezzle money from the hospital. She says she can't. She worked hard so that GH could survive, and he says he'll tell Finn, and she's got 1 week to get him the money. Finn feels he has a second chance at life. He's going to make the most of it this time, and he burns the letter from Rico, I think. That was, like, I guess her final letter to him. And, like, I don't know. I can't take permanent steps like that. Like, I need stuff. Sam wants to go back to her room, and Garvey is wheeled past her, and he looks at Sam, and she looks at him too, and is like... And that is it for the second German Hospital recap. I will see you in 2 seconds for the third, and then that wraps up this mass upload, and we will get to a new one soon. Alright, bye.